Hey guys, welcome back to my yet another video on Python programming, and in this video we are going to learn about strings in Python, and we will be covering the following topics in this video. So we will be seeing how we can define strings in Python, then we will be looking at the multi-line comments in Python, then after that we will be seeing how we can convert strings in Python to another data type, and then we will be looking at how we can print using f strings in Python, and then we will be doing some operations on Python, and finally we will be seeing how we can take input from user for any variable which is of kind of string in Python. So let's get started with the video, and in this I will just show you with an example how we can define strings in Python. So this is my small program which I have written, and in this program what I have done is I have defined three variables on line number 9, 10 and 11 with the name1 and name2. So these are the three variables, and these are all three ways in which you can define a variable in Python. So you can see on the first line I have used to, what you can say, initialize a variable name with Linux Geeks, and in this what I have done is I have put the value of the string name inside double quotes, that is Linux Geeks. So here name is the name of the variable which holds the value Linux Geeks, and to define the value I have used double quotes. So this is how we can define a value of a string, that is name, within double quotes. Then on line number 10 I have defined another variable name1, and in this case I have used single quotes around the value of the variable. This is another way in which you can define a value of a variable, that is name1, and it is of type string again. And thirdly I have used another variable, that is name2, and this is holding a multi-line string with a value name equals to Joes and employee code is 2300. So let me quickly run this program and see what we get as an output. So when I run this program, you can see that for the first one, when I print the value of name on line number 16, I get Linux Geeks, that is the first value. Then on the another line on line number 17, when I print the value of name1, I get Linux Geek 1, and when I print the value of line number 18, that is print name2, what I get is I get this name Joes, employee code, and a new line. For time being, let's ignore this part. So this is how we can define a string in Python, and also in this program, in the same program, we can see that before starting our code we have just mentioned what this program is about. So from line number 3 to 6 we have added a multi-line comment in Python, and for defining a multi-line comment, what we have done is we have made use of three single quotes. Similar thing can be done using three triple quotes, and this is, we can say, this is same as above. So this is again a multi-line comment. So this is how we can have a multi-line comment in Python. So, and similarly here also we can make use of on line number 16 we can make use of single quotes as well. So if suppose I want to define another variable, that is name3, then I can do the same thing using triple quotes, and I can put here the value name Santosh and value test, or we can say employee code again, and I can write here 4500. So this is also a valid program, and if I want to run this program, what I will get is, oh, I have not printed the value of print the name3. Now let's run this program again, and you can see that again it has printed the value name as Santosh and employee code as 4500, and then a new line character included with this string. So these are the different ways in which you can define strings in Python. And then we have seen that how we can pass multi-line comments in Python. So moving on further in our video, we will see how we can convert a variable, or we can a variable of data type a string to another, or from another to a string, another data type to a string data type. So let me move quickly back to my program, and let me ask let me say that age is equals to 90, and let me quickly print the type. So type of age. So basically type is a function which tells us that what data type a string is. So let me tell, okay, from here, okay, so let's look at from here. So type is a function or inbuilt function in Python which tells us the type of the variable. So let me quickly print the output again. So you can see that this variable, that is age, is of type int, and if now I want to perform concatenation, let's say my age is, and then I want to print this age, then you can see this program will be throwing an error. And here you can see can only concatenate a string to a string, not int to a string. So here you can see that my age is a kind of string, and then we are trying to concatenate a int with this string, which is not allowed in Python. So what we will do quickly here is we will just type convert this age into a string. So if now you will see that it prints my age is 90. So now you can see we have successfully converted a int data type to a string data type. So this is how we perform type conversion. Again, if you want to suppose convert a string data type to int data type, how you can do that? So let me quickly define age as a string now. So to define age as a string, what I will have to do is I will have to put this value inside double quotes, and now what I will do is I will just print it, and I will say my age is my age in months is, and then I want to just print the value of months, and let me print here months. So right now age into 12. So what I will do is age into 12. So if I run this program again, I think we will. So right now you can see the output, what it has done. If I want to print my age in months, what I have done is I have I have printed the age of, let me run this program quickly with a smaller value, that will be more easier. So let's suppose I have initialized age with 6. So if I print this program, it is printing 6, and this is printed 12 times. So here you can see that what we are trying to do is we are trying to perform a mathematical operation on a string. So in this case Python is performing a multiplication operation on a string, so which therefore prints 6 12 times for me. But what I wanted actually here is I wanted to multiply 6 with 12. So to perform this thing, to perform this mathematical operation, what we will have to do is we will have to convert this age into a int data type, and then only we can print this. So what I will do here is quickly I will change this to int type, and if I will run this program now, you can see what we get here is again the same problem, can only concatenate a string to a string. Now what we can do here is again what we have done is we have found our age in months. So now we will just quickly again change it back to a string. So if I run it now, here you can see my age is in months is 72. So now we got the right output. So here you can see what I have done is first we have taken age as a string, then what we have done is we have converted that age into integer type, and then we have multiplied it by 12, and finally when we have got our age in decimals or integer, we have again converted it into a string to print this output on the screen. So this is what we have, or how we can perform type conversion in Python. So hope this would have been a easy task, or you would have understood this example. Now let's move further. So what we have seen here is int to a string or a string to int. This type conversion we have learned about, and then we have seen use of single and double quotes here. Now let's move to third topic, and that is print a string using f string. So let's move back to our example and perform f string printing. So right now what we are doing is we are just initializing a variable and then printing its value in the same program. But suppose my need is that I want to input the value of age first, and then I want to print it on the screen. So in this, we are in the point number 5th, what we are saying is we are saying that we will be taking input from the user. So to perform this thing, let us say that I want customer or user to input the value, enter the age, and then print this message. So my age is, and then I want to print it as this. So to do this operation, let me run this program and see what it asks me. And here you can see that when I ask the same thing from the customer, age, and what I have done here is I have used an input function which asks for the age of the user, and finally it prints the age. But to do the same thing in a much easier way, what we can do is we can use f strings, and in this what we have to just do is just use format function, and here instead of writing age, put it inside this, and here you can just we have to use a placeholder where this value will be printed. So now you can see it becomes much easier for me. And let me quickly show you when we input the age using this input function, what is the data type of this. So if I show you that type, so you can see, when I input the user from the value of age from the user, then it is of type string. Here we have printed the type of the age and it is of type string, and when we went to print this, then it printed that my age is 12 months old. So here we have seen that how we can use f string or format function to print the age or value of any string, and this comes much handy when we want to print any message like this. Let's suppose name. Right now I also want that name is Karina, let's say, and now I want this to be printed here. So what I will do is name comma age, and now let me run this program again, and let's say I want to print this. So here you can see that the first bracket has been replaced by first variable, that is name, and the second bracket has been replaced by the second variable age. So this is how the format function comes in handy when you want to print the value string along with your custom messages. And this also is a cleaner approach to print the value of strings when with your custom message. So instead of printing this in this format on line number 43, we have used a much cleaner approach on line number 50, and that is using the format function. Now there are several flavors, or in which you can say ways in which you can use the same function, and this is the another way which you can use, and it is it is much easier as compared to, or we can say much clear as compared to another one which we have used on line number 50. And here what we can do is we again use format, and then we can write name and then age. So here what we are doing is we are telling explicitly that the first variable which we will pass here at the index 0 will be printed in this position, and the second variable which we will pass will be printed here, that is index 1. So if I run this program again, you can see that message is same, but let me show you this in another way. Let's suppose if now I just change the position of this, so what it will do. So here you can see how it has changed the the position of the variables. Now age is printed first and then the name. So this is how this function can be useful. So if suppose you want to pass or you want to print the value of age first, so you can just simply change the value to 1 or 0 according to your choice, and then it will print accordingly the value of that. So I hope this would have made it clear how you can use format function. Another way to do the same thing is you can also use it like this. Suppose right now what you want is print this name, and then you can write your message is, then here you can write age, months old. So this is another flavor or another way in which you can print. And but here what you will have to do is you will have to write name equals to what is the variable name, and then you will have to write age is equals to age. So this is another way to have a much clear, but this is usually not used. So let me print again. So here you can see again the same thing which we have achieved using a different format. And in this case what we are saying is that print name and age here, print name and age here, and we have used the parameters in this format. So this is basically a variable, and this is what we have defined above, that is name. This is again a what you can say placeholder for this one, and the value will be taken from here, that is the variable which we have assigned on line number 48. So this is the third way in which you can use format function. So these are the three ways in which you can use format function. Now what is fstring? So fstring is just another way to print the same thing. So here we have to just put f before it, and now we can use the same approach. Name is old, months old. So now if I will use this one, so what I will have to do is this, and then inside this I will pass name and age. So let me run this program. I think I'm missing something here, comma. So let's run this program and see what we get. So it is saying that this is not allowed. 0 is okay. It's not like this. It should be like this. Sorry, I forgot this part here. So now you can see we have achieved the same thing which we have achieved in line number 51, 52 and 54 using f string. And what we are doing here is we have just made use of f string, that is using f before the double quotes, and here what it will do is it will replace name and age with its value. So here you can see that Karina is 12 months old has been printed, but this time we have made use of f strings. So usually we make use of format function in our normal programming language. So it will be I would suggest to remember these three notations, and f strings can be useful but usually not used. So so this is the only solution which I have for f strings. So let's move further and move to another topic. So we have seen that how we can use f strings. So it is simply putting this and then the name of the variable. So this is how we have f strings, and to print just put a print after it or before it, sorry, and a single parenthesis. Then we have seen several operations. I would not say this is operation. Let's drop this topic because this is, I think, much longer topic. And finally we have seen how we can take input from user. So the function input is used to take input from user. So this also we have covered in our previous demo, or we can say just in this topic, perform string printing, we have seen how we can take input. So let me quickly take this again. So taking input from user. So to do this we will just define a variable employee code, and let's say we want it from user. So I will say input, and then I want to print a message, enter your employee code. So what, and then I want to print your employee code is, and we have just learned a new way to print, that is using format. So I will use format here, and I will write employee code, your employee code is, and the employee code should come after this. And let me run this program now. So when I run this program, it is asking me to enter your employee code, and I have entered 34. So it is saying that your employee code is 34, but there is a nice nice catch here, that let's suppose you want your employee code to be of type integer. And here you can see when I hover over it, this is a feature of this Visual Studio Code. So let's suppose we don't know what is the type of employee code. So let me quickly print it, and I want to know that what is the type of employee code. So let me run this program now. and employee code is 34. So here you can see that it is of class string. So whenever we use input function in our program, so the input value which we enter, it is of always of type string, and to convert it into integer type, what we will have to do is we will have to perform a type conversion here. So let's suppose I wanted to perform some integer operation on this. So let me employ, let me do a quick, let's suppose our employee code is calculated like this. So by multiplying with I want to increase the employee code by 12, increment the employee code by 12. So what I will do is I will just not print, I will say employee new code will be like this, and it is giving me error. Okay, so this is extra here. Now let me quickly run this program, and so here you can see that it is saying can only concatenate a string to a string on line number 63. So here you can see what we have done is we are trying to perform again the arithmetic, that is a plus addition operation on a string. So it is saying that I cannot concatenate the string to a integer type, that is 12. So if I want the same thing to be achieved, what I will have to do is I will have to convert this employee code is equals to employee code plus 12, and here I will have to convert this into integer, and then if I run this program now, then here you can see what it, okay, this is a common, this is something which we have printed wrongly. So if I run this program now, you can see that employee code is 45 now, and we have printed the type on line number 62. So it is giving that it is of a string type. Now when we want to perform an addition operation on it, we have just added, or we have just changed the type of employee code to int, and now this employee code which we entered 45 has been converted to type integer, and then we added 12 to it, and finally assigned it to again employee code that is of type int. Now this is the type conversion which we have performed, and again I want to know that finally what is the type of employee code. So here you can see that in this case here what we have done is we have changed the type of employee code to integer. So finally it has become of, finally this variable has become of type integer. So this is how we have performed the type conversion from string to integer type in Python. So I hope this would have been a helpful video. So if you have any comments, you can pass on my video, and that is all for this video. Thank you.